I have realized that when we are doing Claude Code or Claude Cowork videos, we're talking a lot about skills. And a lot of times, because it takes some time, I gloss over it in the videos. But I wanted to make a very short video on just how to install a skill. As I read news and I spend a lot of time on Reddit, in the Claude subreddits, I basically see a lot of people recommending skills, and then I take a look. Usually they're always on GitHub. That's where all the skills I've been recommended are, or I've chosen to download. I don't download every skill I see. So yesterday, going through a Reddit, I saw this 10x productivity skill, and it's about a recipe for your coding agent to connect all tools for automation and 10x productivity. I don't have that many agents yet, but I will. And this is going to allow them to be that much more efficient and productive. Why wouldn't I want that? I definitely will be installing this. Now, you can either copy the URL to do that, or copy here the code. And even doesn't matter if you're using Cowork or Code, you need to be using either or. You can't do this with chat because it needs to actually save on your computer, on your local files. It's going to create a skill on your computer. So you want to make sure that you're either in Cowork or Claude Code. I'm going to do it in Claude Code, but you can do it in Cowork. Now, here I'm using Claude Code. I'm accessing it through Visual Studio Code. If you haven't set it up yet, there's lots of videos that talk about setting it up. I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can use anti-gravity or other tools as well. You can also go in the Claude actual desktop app and go to code here. Now I'm going to open a folder. We always need to make sure that we're working from a folder. Mine are on my desktop. And I will install this right now. I'm going to work on a project anyway in this particular sales funnel. So I'm going to install it as a global skill for all projects. You can have local skills for a particular project. Let's say this particular solar sales pipeline project has skills that have to do with sales, where my other projects don't need that. So I'll install a sales skill here, but I wouldn't install it necessarily in other projects. Now, this 10x productivity is great because I'm definitely going to be doing some work on this right after I set up this skill. Okay, so I'm going to just ask Claude Code, please install this skill globally. This is the longest part, is always doing the permissions. And I usually like being in and edit automatically. If it's a new project, I would be in plan mode, but this is not what we're doing right now. Now, there are so many things you can be doing during this time. Sometimes I walk away and get a snack. Sometimes I do my cream routine. Sometimes I watch a YouTube video. It's a very low effort process. Okay, so it's installed globally. Here is what was set up. It took literally 2 minutes. Repo clone to Git, productivity, installed globally, Claude commands, enterprise search, search across all connected workplace tools simultaneously. So it's like you're getting things done at the same time, which is a time saver. Tool connector, connect any work tool to your agent. Normally, if you just do / and then you start writing the skill, it should pop up, but it doesn't. But that's okay. We're just going to copy paste this command. And so now it's already looking it up. It already knows because of the / that it's a skill. So it knows everything that it's just asking me to allow it permission, but it's doing everything that it needs to do to get it done. And I might not need this like today, but I might need it tomorrow or in a week. So it's good to have when you see a good skill, and you can ask at any point in this chat, hey, where are all the skills installed globally and by project? And it's going to give you a response. So if you forget what skills you have, you can just ask Claude for them. Now you see how easy it is to install a skill. And there's a few cool places where you can go for skills. Of course, there's a lot of GitHub repos. There's a GitHub repo called Awesome Claude Skills. You can come here and you can see how many skills already are here. All of these are skills. I already installed this one, Competitive Ads Extractor, which I'll use down the line. You can even take a look at the skill MD file. The MD file is basically where all the instructions of the skill are recorded. And an MD is it's a Claude file, basically. Highly recommend following Reddit. I love following Reddit. For example, I'll show you which ones I follow. ChatGPT prompting, Claude AI, Claude Cowork, Claude Skills, and I follow entrepreneurs, I follow, and so on. But really, if you follow these, you will learn so much. Make sure to come back to Awesome Claude Skills, take a look, and upload as many skills as would be useful to you. I love skills. They just make my life so easy. And then I can actually even create my own skills, but that's a video for another time, how to create your own skills.